is having business with Columbia's Kiss and Make-Up Court of Petty Grievances on this night of July 15th, 1946. Draw near, and ye shall be heard. Judge Milton Berle presiding.
My husband throws his clothes all over the house.
My wife always makes me wash the dishes.
My boyfriend is always playing practical jokes on me.
You're driving me crazy.
Yes, tonight, petty grievances like these will be tried in the new Court of Justice, Columbia's Court of Petty Grievances, where the petty thing is the important thing. On the basis of letters which you, the listeners, send us, you will be invited to appear in person before an impartial jury selected from our studio audience, and you'll be given a chance to air your grievances against each other. Tonight, Kiss and Make-Up's Court of Petty Grievances will award cash damages up to $600. And to make sure that each case receives a fair trial, presiding over our Court of Petty Grievances is His Honor, that fantastic judge, Milton Berle.
Oh, this weather's too hot to wear a wig. Order! Order in the court. If anybody laughs, I'll have to clear out the court. If nobody laughs, I'll have to clear out myself. Ah, yes, the judge is in great shape tonight.
Judge Berle, tell me, have you been reading up on your law books?
Indeed, I have, bailiff. I just read a 600-page law book from cover to cover in 5 minutes.
Your Honor, how can you read a 600-page book in only 5 minutes?
The pages were stuck together. Oh, I mean, it's the sticky weather.
You know, Judge, I sometimes wonder if you ever really went to law school.
Bailiff, come here on the QT. Come here. Keep this quiet, but between you and me and the lamppost, I don't know so much.
Judge Berle.
Yeah.
Between you and me, that lamppost has been talking.
You may joke, bailiff, but someday I'll surprise you. I'll really go places. I'll wind up a Supreme Court judge. Gee, it must be fun winding up a Supreme Court judge. I wonder how often they run down. But that's a silly thought, isn't it?
Judge Berle, do you really think you'll get to the Supreme Court someday?
And why not? And there's no reason why I shouldn't get to Washington. I'm a human dynamo. I have an electric personality. And that's not good.
Why not?
Washington is D.C. and I'm A.C. I mean it. I might blow my top. And what's the use?
Oh, now, don't be discouraged, Your Honor. There's no reason why you shouldn't realize your ambitions. You've got the determination of a bulldog, the loyalty of a sheepdog, and the courage of a St. Bernard. Judge, what do you say to that?
Well, enough of this small talk. Bailiff, call the first petty grievance case.
Before I do, Your Honor, do you want to address the jury?
I certainly do. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, anything you say will be held against you. Address the jury. Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have been selected impartially from our audience to serve on jury duty in our Court of Petty Grievances. And remember that the cases that you will hear tonight are real cases concerning real people. In reward for your services, each one of you will receive $5 when the court adjourns. A neat little figure. I mean the second juror on the left. All right, bailiff, let's have the first case.
The case of Mr. Schaefer versus Mrs. Schaefer. Step up to the bar and meet the judge.
How do you do, Mr. and Mrs. Schaefer?
Good evening, Judge.
Where are you folks from?
Mid-Manhattan.
In Manhattan, I see. And may I ask you, how did you happen to come to our Court of Petty Grievances?
We were lucky enough to have 2 tickets for your initial show, and we liked it so much. And then the request was made from the stage that anyone had a grievance to write a letter, which I did. And we were summoned before your court.
I see. Is this a true grievance?
Definitely. Yes, Your Honor.
It is. Well, we just want to be sure then. Now, what is the grievance, and who has it? Wait a minute. Before
I have it, sir.
You have it, Mr. Schaefer?
Yes, sir.
Will you please express it to the court and to the...
Well, Your Honor, my wife has a mania for moving the furniture around. When I come home in the evening, my armchair is not where it should be. The piano is moved around. The bookcase is taken from the living room and put into the foyer. Yeah. When I look for the armchair, there's no armchair. I just have to sit down on the floor.
I see. You're afraid someday you'll go to sleep in your bed and wake up in the bathtub. Is that right? Mrs. Schaefer, what were you going to say?
If my key didn't fit my apartment, I wouldn't know I was in the right apartment.
I suppose not. Now, Mrs. Schaefer, is this all true?
Yes, Your Honor, it is true.
Well, may I ask, and I think you should tell the court, why do you like to move the furniture?
Well, I think it's a wife's duty to make the home attractive and interesting for her husband. And I read all the decorators' magazines, and I go to all the exhibitions of furniture. And when I come home, my ideas, I try to incorporate them in my home.
I see what
and
you mean.
furthermore, Anna, my husband is an inveterate smoker, and he burns holes in the carpet. And when I have to change the carpet, I change the wallpaper.
He burns holes in the wallpaper?
No, he burns holes in the carpet. But then, after all, you know, Your Honor, the colors must harmonize, and the wallpaper and the carpet, and then the furniture has to be changed, and that's how that happens.
Well, it's not bad to have your furniture moved around as long as the finance company isn't doing the moving. Mrs. Schaefer, is it? What style furniture? Would you tell the court what style furniture do you have?
Well, my living room is English, and my dining room is English, and the bedroom is French, Your Honor.
Not the same language, eh? I don't care much for that period furniture. You miss one payment and period. Now, when did you first notice, Mr. Schaefer, that your wife had this habit of moving the furniture around?
This started on our honeymoon when we went to Niagara Falls.
You mean she didn't try to rearrange Niagara Falls, did she?
She didn't try to
Well,
rearrange.
Mr. Schaefer, may I ask, how long are you married?
It's going to be 27 years.
And she's been pushing furniture around?
I've been pushing it around, but she's been changing it around. Now, when we went on our honeymoon
Yes.
at the Niagara Falls, the minute we got into the room...
You saw the falls, no doubt.
I didn't even get a chance.
She was pushing the furniture around.
She started to push the furniture around, and before the 2 weeks were up, Judge, I really don't know whether I was on a honeymoon or attending a furniture exhibition.
Well, Mr. Schaefer, do your friends ever comment about your wife's habit?
Well, we had a card game when the boys generally come over to see me about every Friday night, and we have a card game. One night they come over here recently to play cards, and the furniture was so rearranged in the living room, I had to take the boys into the bedroom to play cards. And then as I go down to sit down, I expect the chair there. There's no chair, and I go boom. So I said to my wife, honey, please do me a favor.
Yeah.
Move all the furniture all over the house, whatever you want to do, but leave my armchair where it is.
You have an armchair?
I have
What
an
kind of a chair is it?
a Morris chair.
Well, maybe Morris has got it tonight.
I had to get that joke in. You
Now,
must speak.
Judge, my wife promised me definitely.
Yes?
She said, when we come here tonight, if the jury will unanimously decide in my favor,
Yeah?
she'll never move another piece of furniture.
Well, all right, now you sound like a lawyer. That's not your business, eh?
No, sir,
What
I'm
business
not.
you in?
I'm in the ladies ready to wear.
Well, I think it's about time ladies are ready to wear some.
Well, evidence is presented. The case now goes to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we have a clear-cut issue. And here it is. If a man's home is his castle and a woman's place is in the kitchen, who put the banana in the refrigerator?
Don't laugh.
All right, the case now goes to the jury. All those in favor of Mr. Schaefer, raise your right hand, please. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A unanimous decision. You win $120. $120, Mr. Schaefer. Now, look.
Well, I think that you swayed the jury. Now, Mrs. Schaefer, being that Mr. Schaefer swayed the whole jury and won the whole case outright, do you promise never to do that again?
Yes, Your Honor, I faithfully promise
Well,
not
that's-
to do so unless he asks me to.
He's not going to ask you either.
Your Honor,
All right.
may I thank the jury?
Yes, you don't need to thank the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, thank you
All
very
right,
much.
kiss and make up, right? Kiss and make up. There they are. I did pretty good, didn't I? Bailiff, how do you think I handle that case? Huh?
Judge Berle, I must give you credit. You sure can handle these human relations cases.
Well, Bailiff, I've always been interested in human relations. Sometimes I wish mine were. Sometimes I wish mine were. Must be some way of telling that joke and getting a laugh. I mean that.
Judge Berle,
Yeah.
did you ever handle any criminal cases?
Oh, Natalie. I once handled a case where a man was accused of stealing $17,500, and I got a nice fee for winning that case.
What did you get?
$17,500. Hey, look, stop sitting around. Call the next case.
The case of Mr. Smith versus Mrs. Smith. Step right up to the bar and meet the judge.
How do you do? Would you step right over to the bar and into the microphone? Good evening, folks.
Good evening.
Well, we have a very grand couple here. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, that is your name? Smith?
Right. Yes, sir. That's our name.
Very odd name, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, it's a very lovely name, too. Is that your real name?
Yes, sir.
And where are you folks from?
Winter Park, Florida.
Winter Park, Florida.
That's right.
There is really a coincidence. Winter Park, Florida. I come from Central Park, New York. You know, housing shortage. Tell me, what brings you folks all the way up to New York?
Well, we are up here celebrating our 50th wedding anniversary.
50 weddings. Well,
Isn't that, well, 50 years you're married. You sure are getting your money's worth out of your marriage license. Now, what brings you on your 50th anniversary to our court of petty grievances, Mrs. Smith?
Well, this grievance I would like this settled after 50 years of married life.
Yeah.
And always have been known as an ideal couple.
Yes, I
My
know.
husband is just bringing this up at this time.
I see.
And I just don't know. Maybe he wants to.
Well, all right. Well, ask Mr. Smith. You have the grievance?
I have the grievance, yes,
Would
sir.
you please state it to the
Yes, sir.
court?
My wife makes me do the shopping.
Yes?
And,
Is that
of course,
all?
it's embarrassing that I have to push a baby carriage around a supermarket trying to find scarce articles.
Now, let me straighten out this petty grievance for the jury. You say that your petty grievance is that your wife makes you do the shopping? You mean, did she make you carry the bags and bundles and
All
everything?
right. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, you feel as if Mrs. Smith wanted somebody to carry a bundle, she should have married a mailman. Is that right? Mr. Smith, what is your business? What business?
I'm retired.
Oh, you're retired.
Yes, sir.
I want to see you after the show. You're retired, huh?
Yes, sir.
And she's trying to tire you out, is that right? Mr. Smith, why do you make your husband accompany you on these...
Well, I
shopping trips?
tell you, he really is making a mountain out of a molehill, I think. I don't always insist upon his coming.
Yeah.
And he doesn't carry too many bundles. Ever so often he has just a few to carry, not too large.
Yeah.
And I feel that it wouldn't be very nice to see his wife going along with a lot of bundles and he just going walking along idly.
Yeah. How long have you been making him carry these bundles?
Not so very long. He insists upon a lengthy time, but it really isn't so.
Not more than 50 years, Your Honor.
Well, now, Mr. Smith, you say you come from
Winter Park.
Florida, huh?
That's correct.
Well, there's such a thing known down in the southern part of our states that they have a southern chivalry. Don't you feel as if that's your duty to do that for your wife?
Well, Southern chivalry wouldn't carry bundles.
I think they would. Chivalrous gentlemen always carry the
They do.
ladies'
Well,
bundles.
Mrs. Listen, in fact, I got an uncle who was a southern planter. He's an undertaker. Now, Mr. Smith, how long has this thing been going on? You say 50 years?
50 years, yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, do you buy many things when you go shopping?
Yes, quite a few.
Such as?
Well, such as food and, of course, clothes. I have to go for
You don't
clothes.
make him try on your clothes for you.
No, but he has very good taste, and then he is a pretty good scout. He's rather liberal when I go to buy clothes, more so than I am.
He seems to be a very kind-looking gentleman. How old are you, Mr. Smith?
69.
69. And how old are you?
21 Nova.
Over 20? Well, all right. You don't feel like telling us. That's wonderful. I hope my wife and I look like you two when we reach your age. Now, the evidence is presented. The case now goes to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the problem here seems very, very clear. The problem seems very, very clear. Mrs. Smith wants her husband to go shopping with her, but should Mr. Smith be left holding the bag? All right, now let's take the vote. All those in favor of Mr. Smith, raise your right hand. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hands. Well, this is sort of a split decision. Tell you what we're going to do here at the court. Court of Petty Grievance, we're going to give you each $60. All right? We'll even it up. We're going to give you each $60. Now, you've been married for how long?
50 years, 4 months.
Well, I don't think you should go through any more of these petty grievances.
I hope not.
You promise not to let him carry?
No.
Because he,
No, I won't ask him to carry another
he's
bundle.
such a nice-looking man and everything.
He is.
Why don't, all right, kiss and make up. Let me see how you kissed years ago. There we are.
Bailiff, aren't they a wonderful couple, huh? Married 50 years and still sticking together.
Well, Judge Berle, married people should stick together.
I'm that way too, Bailiff.
Yeah.
Whenever I go walking with my wife, people always say, Joyce sure is stuck with Berle. They're only kidding, of course.
Judge Berle, what do you think makes for happy marriages?
Well, I don't know. Bailiff, I think every marriage, if it's to be a happy marriage, must have two things. A bride and a groom. Unless one of the couple is a bachelor. Then it doesn't matter. Bailiff, I now declare a temporary recess in the court. Are the court stenographers present?
Present, Your Honor.
All right, Murphy sisters, present your notes.
Here are our notes, all typed up neat. We'll knock them to you, it's a solid beat. Got no diamond, got no pearl. Still, I think I'm a lucky girl. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Got no mansion, got no yachts. Still, I'm happy with what I've got. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. Sunshine gives me a lovely day. Moonlight gives me the Milky Way. Got no checkbooks, got no bank. Still, I'd like to express my thanks. I got the sun in the morning and the moon at night. And with the sun in the morning and the moon in the evening, I'm all right. Sunshine gives me a lovely day. Moonlight gives me the Milky Way. No checkbooks, no bank. Still, I'd like to express my thanks. Sun in the morning, moon at night. I ask you what could be nicer. Baby, believe me, I mean what I say. I'm doing all right.
Well done. Well done, court stenographers. You know, Bailiff, it's a little inconvenient by having 3 stenographers.
Inconvenient, Judge? Why?
I only have 1 lap. Keep blowing off. All right, Bailiff, call the next case, please.
The case of Mrs. Lensons versus Mr. Lensons. Step up to the bar and meet the judge.
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
Listened to a very big scream from the people in our courtroom. I know what they screamed at now. I see you have a cute little dog there, huh?
Yes, sir. That's my Peggy.
That's your Peggy.
I know.
No, it's a very adorable dog, but you brought it into the courtroom. Has it got anything to do with the case?
Yes, sir. This was my principal witness, my one and only witness.
Oh, this is the witness.
Yes,
well,
sir.
let me see. Love, what kind of a dog is it?
It's a wire-haired fox terrier.
See. Listening to radio programs, too? What does he listen to? Bulldog Droman? Reuben? I made it up. But who, and I forget about it, too. Who has the grievance here in this case?
I have the grievance, Honor.
Mr. and Mrs.
Lensons.
Lensons? I see. That's right. And will you please explain, Mrs. Lensons, what's the grievance, please?
Well, my husband spent too much time with this dog instead of me.
He spent too much time with the dog instead of you.
Just a slight exaggeration.
The dog is always first, and I am always second.
I see. And that is your petty grievance, that your husband spends more time with the dog than he does with you.
Motion of approval.
Now, you have a very charming accent, Mrs. Lensons. Is that right?
I am not, I am strange. I am from Belgium.
Belgian? Oh, wonderful, I see. I speak a little French myself.
Saboteur. English translation, subway fare. Now, I want to... This is a very, very wonderful combination, but I want to know how you come... how did you come to meet each other, you two?
You want me to tell you, Judge?
Yes, I'd like you to.
Well, I was lieutenant with the 8th Infantry Division over in Europe, and I came in on a 3-day pass, or leave, rather, and the funny part about it is that on the last day, I had about 6 hours left, I visited this small cafe. I had to meet somebody else there, not my wife, and I took one look at her, and I guess that did it, and here we are.
You're a war bride, is that
Yes,
right?
I am a war bride.
So many war brides. How did you guys find time to fight? How long, Now, may I ask you something? How long have you been married?
We are married a year, but I am only in the States since 6 weeks.
7 married.
6 weeks.
A foreign girl, and he loves his dog. Sounds like a Lend-Leash marriage. I see you're kissing the dog.
She's a little nervous. My wife is here and watching her, and she won't kiss
you're
me.
You're kissing the dog.
Yes, I can do that too, but he don't give me a chance.
Let me see now. All right, Mrs. Lenson, will you tell us again about your grievance? Now, you say that... will you explain it to the court, please?
Well, in the morning when my husband leave home for work, he fool around with his dog, start to kiss him, and forget to kiss me.
Yeah?
At night time when he come home, his first hello is for Peggy, naturally. And fool around and, bring him some candies and everything. And I am waiting for a kiss. Sometimes I have to remind him.
To kiss you?
Yeah, to kiss me.
Well, that's not like the old days. You didn't have to remind him of years ago. Did you? Did he ever bring you flowers or anything?
Yes, the first time when we were married, he brought me flowers and
now
candy.
Now he brings you candle ration and dog food.
Yeah.
I see. Well, you know the old saying, I love my wife, but oh, you dog. I loused that up. All right, now, I see evidence. Evidence is presented. Now, the case goes to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is really a very rare case. We have before us an example of a woman who would actually prefer to lead a dog's life. I want you to come up with a fair and square deal. The dog is jumping around so cutely. Would you, all those in favor of the lady, raise your right hand. Oh, I see another unanimous decision. Mr. Lensons, is it?
That's
you
right,
lost your
Your Honor.
case, and you won your case. You 12 in the jury. You win $120. Now, thank you. Thank the jury. I think you should no more grievances now. Fair trial. You had a very fair trial, and Mrs. Lensons won the case. I think you should kiss the dog. You getting mixed up. You get me so nervous here. Kiss each other and make up. Kiss and make up. The other side. Isn't that lovely? What a cute dog. You know, Bailiff, everyone should get a dog that matches his personality.
A dog that matches his personality?
Sure. For instance, General Jimmy Doolittle should get himself an Airedale. Walter Pigeon should get himself a bird dog. Jack Benny should get himself a Scotty. And for Sinatra,
yes,
Bloodhound. Bailiff, let us not dilly-dally. Call the next case.
The case of Mr. Gayeski versus Mrs. Gayeski. Step up to the bar and meet the judge.
Gayeski and Gayeski. I see. And where are you folks from?
Newark, New Jersey, sir.
Talk into the mic, please.
Newark, New Jersey, sir.
Newark, New Jersey. That's wonderful. That's a coincidence, because I have an uncle who lives in Denver, Colorado. Now, how did you folks happen to hear about our Kiss and Make-Up court?
Well, we heard the first radio program, and we thought it was very swell, and I had a petty grievance, so I wrote a letter, and you summoned me to appear to court and settle our grievance.
Well, Mr. Gayeski, what business are you in?
I work for the Warrington Pump.
The Worthington?
Harrison, New Jersey.
Harrison, New Jersey. This grievance that you have, it's a petty grievance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, who has the grievance?
I have, you, sir.
You have, sir. Would you state it to the jury?
Well, Your Honor, my grievance is that my wife wakes me up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and tells me to get my baby a glass of water while she sleeps, and I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. And I have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. This way, she lays just in bed.
Yeah?
And I can't see that. Her waking me up to get the baby a glass of water.
That's your petty grievance?
Yes, sir.
You have a baby. And how old is the baby?
2 years old, sir.
2 years old. And she wakes you up to get the baby some water.
Your Honor.
Oh, what did you say?
It's a he, Your Honor. It's Edward Jr.
Oh, the baby's Junior?
Yes, sir.
Absorbing. How absorbing? Absorbing Junior. All right, don't rub it in. Now, look, the baby is Edward Jr. And now your complaint, Mr. Gayeski, is that your wife wakes you up at 2 o'clock in the morning to get the baby some water.
Yes, sir.
Is that right? And, Mrs. Gayeski, tell the jury more about your grievance.
Well, the baby gets up real early in the morning, and I have to give him a bath and fix the meat and have to wash him and everything, clean the house, and then go up and down the steps, and I'm awful tired. And my husband, he stays out late at night. He doesn't care what time he comes in. He's not tired in the morning.
Well, occasionally, sir.
You do.
Yeah, but he's not tired when he gets up in the morning.
Hold on, you can sleep till 10, 11 o'clock. I can't. I got to go to work 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, do you feel it's a wife's duty? It's your wife's duty to get up for the baby?
That's right, sir. She don't get up and fix me no breakfast.
You told me you don't want me getting up.
All right, you should compromise.
Wouldn't it have been easier if you had twins? You both could get up in the middle of the night. Well, who takes care of the baby? Who does it?
I do, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, you're doing well. Well, this is a very difficult case for the jury. So far, from what I've heard, it seems to me that the one who has the real petty grievance in this case is the baby. I mean, I'll tell you what, in order to give the jury a clear idea as to what goes on in your house at night, let us, for example, react a typical night in the household of the Gayeskies. Is that all right?
All right,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now, look, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's see. I'll be the baby, all right? You mind?
Yes, sir, but I think I have a complaint to make.
Why?
I think my baby's much prettier.
Yeah, but I got more teeth. All right, now look, I'll tell you, I want you to both act like you always do at home. And I know that you folks are not actors, you know what I mean?
That's right.
But will you do your best? All right, and I'll be the 2-year-old baby, and I'll start. Harry Salter, sorry to wake you up. Give me a little rockabye baby music, will you? I'll start. See?
Darling.
What do you want?
Wake up, the baby's crying.
You wake me up just to give the baby a glass of water? You're tired.
I want some water.
The alarm clock, you go out for 3 hours, and I gotta get the...
I want the water.
Well, after all, I'm tired, too.
I'm thirsty. I gotta get up at 6 o'clock and York all the way. And you can just keep till 10 to ground the
What am
clock.
I, a camel or something now?
Yeah, but after all, I walk up and down the steps all the time. I'm tired.
Well, you can sleep in the afternoon if you want to.
I changed my mind. I want to malt it. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Gibson. The case now goes to the jury. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this whole case boils down to a matter of business economics, and I'll explain. The mother demands that her sleep be an asset. The father insists that getting up at night is a liability, and all the baby wants is a quick turnover. All right, come up with a decision for the man or the lady. I see 1, 2, 3. This is for the man. Who is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Mr. Gayeski, you win. You win $80. Kiss and make up. Bailiff, any more cases on the calendar?
No, not until next week, Your Honor, at which time Columbia's Kiss and Makeup program will convene its court of petty grievances to judge and award cash damages up to $600. Now, if any of you listeners wish to appear before our Kiss and Makeup court, just write us a letter telling us about your petty grievance against a specific person. Address your letter to Kiss and Makeup, Columbia Broadcasting System, New York, 22, New York. And now, here's His Honor, Judge Milton Berle.
Bailiff, come here. I want to tell you a little secret.
A secret?
Yeah, this morning, see, I decided to practice a little, so I sneaked into the courtroom, pretended I was on trial, and for 6 hours I defended myself before the jury.
Well, how did you make out?
Where can I raise $10,000 bail? Oh, that. Bailiff, that's all the business we have tonight, so until next Monday night, court's adjourned.
Kiss and Makeup is a Columbia feature production created and directed by Cy Howard. Reggie Tell speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.